heads up on our interview with some health personnel from the Ayawaso West Health Directorate. And today we're going to delve into conversations concerning upper respiratory tract infection. I'm sure it sounds new to most people. Some people may also be aware. However, I was telling my guests that I just, recovered from, or I'm still recuperating, whatever that English is, from that condition. And they were also telling me about, certain things that may be a causative factor to this very condition. They're going to tell us more. We're going to delve deep into the conversations. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I have with me here two public health nurses. I'll allow you to introduce yourself because I can see that Naomi is nervous. There's a little tension. So let's just, ease it up. And Happy New Year.
Happy New
Year. Yes. And we're going to talk about health. And as we all know, health isn't something we should compromise on. Yeah. Life is very precious. And health is the cornerstone for life. And so thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So I'll start with you, Barbara.
Please, I'm Barbara Bano. I'm at Abilinkpe Sub-District under the Ayawaso Directorate.
And we also have...
I'm also Naomi IJB Odami.
Right.
I'm also at Abilinkpe Sub-District under Ayawaso West.
All right. So just to break the ice for you, Naomi, I'll start with you. Tell us about upper respiratory tract infection. What is it about?
Okay. Upper respiratory tract infection, it comes with a throat, and then most often you have sore throat, and sometimes you have dry mouth, and all those aspects of how do you say it, our air being so dry, and then finding it difficult to breathe. Sometimes you see we have our nose dry, our mouth dry, and all those kind of things. And then when you have common cold, it's also part of it. And then the causes are so simple. It's a viral infection, and then it's in the air. Yes. So most often, like now that we have Harmattan, it's very common.
Do we have Harmattan?
It's not really there, but I was saying because of the weather, we are in the dry season now. It's not raining, so everywhere is dusty.
But it rained yesterday, or it didn't rain?
It don't rain everywhere.
Oh, okay.
It rained at some places, but it drizzled at some places, but the wind is everywhere, and it's a viral infection. So the moment one gets it, and maybe you sneeze or you cough into the air, it's just droplets. It will just go into the air. Everybody around that place will get it. And the signs and symptoms are so common that we all know it as common cold. But we have different types. You have the pharyngitis, that's the sore throat. We have the laryngitis, that affects our vocal cord. You see that you are there, but you talk and your voice wouldn't be loud like you used to.
Oh, like some days ago, when I was even on TV, it was,
Yes.
I was suffering from severe cold.
And
it was severe.
We have the tonsillitis too.
Tonsillitis.
That one affects the tonsils,
right.
and it becomes inflamed. You can't even talk, you can't eat, you can't drink water and everything. So it's really serious, but not that serious. But when you get it, at times without treatment, it goes on its own. But when it's persistent for more than 2 weeks, you have to visit the hospital. Then you get treated for it. And when it doesn't really end up well, some people even get respiratory failure during that, when it's severe. And mostly it's...
So does this come as a result of having some underlying health conditions?
Yes.
Okay.
When you have a weak immune system, children below 5 years, when people with HIV,
immunodeficient,
yes.
right.
And aged people too. So people with lung infection, people with heart conditions, when they get this type of upper respiratory tract infection, it wouldn't be simple like for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you have highlighted that the weather is a contributing factor to this very condition, and so then what can we do to protect ourselves?
So for what you do, if you have the if you are sick or you have the infection, when you are coughing, you need to cough into a tissue or your palm. When you finish, you wash your hand. And make sure you wash your hand before you touch your nose, eyes, and mouth. Because the viral infection is everywhere. And the moment you touch these parts, you put it
They're susceptible to,
yes. And virus, you can't even see in your palm that I have the virus. So I will not touch my mouth or I will not touch my eyes. So hand washing is the best preventive method. Then we make sure we clean our tables, our doorknobs, everywhere we touch the surface, even our phones, with antiseptic wipes before we touch them. Then exercise, drinking a lot of water, taking fruits high in vitamin C will also help, because vitamin C really helps in strengthening the immune system.
Yes.
Rest and sleep.
Right.
Yes, rest and sleep.
Rest and sleep. Okay. So, if someone is experiencing these kind of unusual, cough, sore throats, among other things that you have mentioned, what should be their immediate response?
So the immediate response, you don't have to go anywhere.
Okay.
Isolate yourself.
Hey, maybe I was I'm sure by this time I didn't mean to infect people, but
so that's why we have the masks there. You can wear your face mask. Then maybe you isolate yourself if you have nowhere going. You make sure you don't go into crowded places for you to sneeze or cough for the droplet to spread. Then you can take these over-the-counter drugs. We have the analgesic, the para, the NSAIDs, that's the diclofenac, the brufen.
To ease you of the
of the pain, and maybe if you have sore throat, to ease you of the pain. Then you can take vitamin C as well. We have the soluble one, we have the dissolvable one too.
Okay. So now that this is on the rise, what advice would you give to people? Because you don't have control over the weather.
Yes.
And when it comes to even preventive measures, people are very adamant.
Yes.
Even with COVID-19, people were not always adhering to the safety protocols. So what advice as health professionals, so I'm going to take yours as well, can you give to people? Because it's infectious, and it can go a long way to give you long-term, disadvantages.
So I think when the COVID came, we were all wearing the masks. But since it was no more there, nobody is wearing the face mask, nobody is using sanitizer, nobody is washing their hands. So I think during these three things, wearing of masks, washing of hands, using of sanitizers when you have no water or soap, it really helps to prevent the infection, because it's through the palms that we get the infection, and it's through the air. So if you are able to wear the mask, you prevent a lot of infection. And when you are able to wash your hands every time before you eat, before you touch your face and everything, it will also prevent it. Then if you don't have, if you don't get the water or the soap to wash your hands, it's good you have your own sanitizer. You sanitize at any time.
All right, Barbara, thank you. So to you, Naomi, what would you advise people to do?
Okay, so our lifestyle. She spoke about hand washing. I will speak about no smoking. If you smoke, it's also a problem. And
also, those of us who are chronic smokers.
So you need to, you can't quit.
Yes.
Like a behavior that has been adapted or is difficult to change. So you can't quit, but you reduce the time of smoking.
So you drink a lot of water as well.
Naomi.
Yes.
Naomi,
You drink a lot of water, and then we also practice rest and sleep. If we have something like that, you rest a lot. As she said, you isolate yourself. And then also, one thing is the immunization. It's also very important.
You can immunize against this condition?
Yeah, we have immunization for children below 5 years.
Okay.
It's called pneumococcal.
Pneumococcal. Right.
So you do that as well.
But what about we, the adults?
For the adults, you have to
isolate yourself.
Prevent yourself from getting it, or when you get it, you should
make sure to boost your immune system.
Yes.
So what are some of the things we can do to boost our immune system?
So taking in a lot of vitamin C. So we have fruits that are rich in vitamin C. We have pineapple, we have orange, we have the citrus fruits.
Yes.
We have the grapes. We have a whole lot.
Yes.
And we even have the vitamin C now, over-the-counter drugs.
The supplements.
Yes.
Right.
And we have the soluble one. We have the one that you put on your tongue and it will just melt on its own. So I think if the best thing, if you have a vitamin C, early in the morning, you drink one before you leave the house.
Okay. That's
It helps a lot.
very
Yes.
insightful information from Barbara and Naomi, who are public health nurses from IASO West Wagon Health Directorate. So since we are still in the New Year spirit, I mean, this is my first time meeting you, so Happy New Year once again.
Many happy
I'll give you
returns.
the opportunity to wish anybody at all a Happy New Year and perhaps greetings or whatever it is you want to say.
Okay.
So starting with you, Barbara.
So Happy New Year to everyone and Happy New Year to my family. This morning I'm greeting everybody. I wish next year by this time we meet healthy and prosperous.
Amen. The prosperous part is very important to you, Naomi.
Okay, so I also wish our director Louisa Matthew, and also our DDNS Auntie Alex, and also my in charge Jackie. Okay, to my husband as well.
I saw that coming. I was recalculating. I was like, I saw her wearing a ring, so like, why is my husband not coming?
Yes.
So carry on now.
To my husband, and then my sister and my dad. I wish them a Happy New Year and a prosperous one, of course. So we pray we meet God willing next year.
Thank you so much for joining us.
so
That has
much.
been Naomi and Barbara, who are public health nurses, and they have joined us on this insightful conversation on upper respiratory tract infection, which has become a norm in looking at the weather and how things are spreading like wildfire. Thank you so much for always choosing us as your source of information, education and entertainment. My name is Ohima Echajikum. Up next is a newspaper review segment with Bless Koku Alomaso. Keep watching.